All right, let's get right into it. A few days ago, something new just started, well, exploding all over social media and Google Trends. It's a tool that kind of came out of nowhere, and it's making a really bold promise. It's called Clawdbot, and today we're going to dig in and figure out what all the hype is actually about.
And here it is. This is the big promise, pulled right from their website, the AI that actually does things. See, it's not just an AI that answers your questions, but one that actively does stuff for you. That is a huge claim, and it's what sets it apart from all the chatbots we're used to. So the big question is, does it live up to it? Let's find out.
So the first thing you have to understand is just how fast this thing appeared. I mean, 1 minute, nobody had ever heard of it, and then the next, bam, it was trending absolutely everywhere. You know, that kind of overnight organic explosion, it's always a sign that something genuinely interesting is going on. And Clawdbot is definitely no exception.
Okay, so in this first part, let's break down what this tool really is, why everyone's talking about it, and maybe most importantly, what you absolutely have to know before you even think about giving it a try.
Okay, so at its core, Clawdbot is not some website you go to, it's an actual piece of software, an AI agent that you install right on your own machine, or maybe a private server. Now, this is a really crucial point. It means it's local, it's open source, and it's designed to be your own personal command center.
So, what is Clawdbot really? We know it runs on your computer, but what can it actually do? Well, this is where all the buzz is coming from. Its whole purpose is to weave itself into pretty much every corner of your digital life, and you control it all with simple chat commands.
Let's start with your communication apps. See, you don't talk to Clawdbot through some new clunky interface. Nope. You just chat with it using the apps you're already on all day, every day. WhatsApp, Telegram, Discord, iMessage, you name it. Yeah, you can literally just text your computer and tell it what to do. Pretty wild.
And it goes way beyond just messaging. It can also manage your productivity. It plugs right into your whole workflow. Think Apple Notes, reminders, your calendar. You can just tell it, hey, create a new note about this idea, or set a reminder for my meeting, and it just does it. It can even take control of your web browser to go look something up for you. Now this is where it gets even crazier, because it starts to bridge the gap between your digital life and the real physical world. We're talking about integrating with your smart home, Home Assistant, Philips Hue lights. It can manage your music, and yep, it can even post to your Twitter account. It's really moving beyond being just a tool on a screen and becoming a genuine assistant for your entire life.
So when you break it down, the way it works is actually pretty simple. First, you install it on your computer or a server. Then you just command it from a chat app like WhatsApp. It takes your command and executes it on your machine. But that fourth step, that's the magic right there. It actually learns your habits and preferences over time, so it gets smarter and more helpful.
And that ability to learn, well, that brings us to the next section. We're going to look at the two key features that really truly set Clawdbot apart from pretty much every other AI assistant you can think of right now. This is its secret sauce, memory and proactive power. Yeah, this table really lays it all out. Think about the current AIs we use. They're basically forgetful and reactive. The second you close that chat window, poof, they've forgotten everything about you. And they just sit there waiting for your next command. Clawdbot is designed to be the exact opposite. It's got persistent memory, and it has proactive capability. It doesn't just wait, it acts.
So first, let's talk about persistent memory. What does that actually mean? It means it doesn't have amnesia after every conversation. It actually builds a long-term understanding of who you are, what you're working on, what your preferences are. It's literally studying your habits to build a knowledge base that's all about you.
And that memory unlocks its second superpower, proactive capability. See, because it remembers you, it can start to anticipate what you need. It's not going to just sit around waiting for you to ask for the weather forecast. Instead, it can learn that you like a weather brief every morning and just send it to you at 8 a.m. without you ever asking. It takes the initiative.
Okay, so far, this all sounds amazing, right? It's like something straight out of a sci-fi movie. But, and this is a huge but, now we have to talk about the other side of this, because giving an AI this much power comes with some very serious, and I mean very serious, risks. This is the security warning.
You know the old saying, right? With great power comes what? Well, in the world of software, it means a great potential for things to go very wrong. See, for Clawdbot to do all of that incredible stuff we just went over, it needs the keys to the kingdom. It requires full system access. That means giving it permission to read and write any file, run any command, and execute any script it wants on your computer.
And you can probably see where this is going. When you give something that much access, you're opening the door to some pretty terrifying possibilities. If the system ever gets compromised, an attacker could get to everything. Your personal files, financial data like credit card info, your bank accounts, they'd have complete control of your entire system.
And that brings us to this very direct quote, a warning from people who looked at this from a security perspective. The consensus is crystal clear. Test it in a separate environment. Do not take the risk for now. This thing is way too powerful and way too new to just slap onto a computer that you care about.
So, what's the recommendation? The only safe way to play around with Clawdbot right now is in what's called a sandboxed environment. Think of it like a sealed-off playground, maybe a separate virtual private server, or VPS, where it can't touch or damage any of your real personal data. To be clear, do not install this on your main computer.
Okay, so with that supercritical warning out of the way, let's zoom out and look at the big picture here. Because despite all those risks, Clawdbot really is giving us an exciting sneak peek into the future of AI assistance. And this quote from an early user just nails it. Clawdbot showed me what the future of personal AI assistance looks like. You can build your own Jarvis. I mean, for the first time, that idea of having your own personal AI assistant like Jarvis from Iron Man, it doesn't feel like pure fantasy anymore. The basic framework is actually here.
And that really is the key takeaway. Clawdbot and other tools that will inevitably follow it, they represent a massive shift. We're moving away from these reactive, generic AIs and toward proactive, deeply personal agents that learn who we are and just work for us, in the background all the time.
It's an absolutely incredible future to think about, but it leaves us with this one giant question, doesn't it? The power is undeniable, for sure, but the risks are just as real. And it really forces us to ask ourselves, as this technology gets better and better, are we actually ready for an AI that truly knows